It's 8 a.m., and in a modest office in Ouagadougou, President Ibrahim Traoré, the young lion of Burkina Faso, hears news that could crush any leader's soul. The IMF, backed by Biden's administration, is tightening a $500 million debt trap around our nation's neck. Loans we never truly chose, designed to steal our future, our gold, our very soul. But I love Africa too much to let this story end in chains. Today, Traoré says no, and with that single word, he's igniting a spark that could set our continent free. This is the tale of one man's defiance, one nation's courage, and a dream for an Africa that rises as one. By 8:15 a.m., the air in Traoré's office is electric with urgency. I can see it now. Maps sprawled across the table, showing the IMF's shadow stretching across Africa, draining our wealth with every so-called aid package. These aren't loans, they're theft, dressed up in fine print. For decades, they've taken our gold, our uranium, our soil, then handed us back debt with interest that strangles our children's dreams. But Traoré, oh, he's different. He stands tall, his voice like thunder. Africa doesn't owe them, they owe us. I love Africa for moments like this, when her sons and daughters refuse to bow. By 10 a.m., inspired by yesterday's reports of a gold seizure scare, Traoré's calling his ministers, demanding a national audit of every foreign debt. He declares them odious, illegitimate burdens from a colonial past we're done carrying. And he's not stopping there. He's reaching out to BRICS, proposing an African debt relief fund, powered by our own resources, our own strength. The clock strikes noon, and the heartbeat of Africa quickens. In the gold mines of the Sahel, workers lay down their tools, their faces fierce with pride. Farmers in the fields chant for justice, their voices rising like a hymn. Students in Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger flood the streets, their banners waving like the flags of a new dawn. I love Africa for this. Her people, her pulse, her refusal to stay silent. By 11:30 a.m., the protests are a symphony of defiance with voices shouting, "Our debts are not our chains." Traoré leads, we follow. A young student, tears in her eyes, cries out, "My parents lost their farm to these loans. Today, we say no." This isn't just about money. It's about breaking free from the IMF's invisible handcuffs, the conditions that force us to sell our souls for scraps. I love Africa because her spirit is unbreakable, and today, that spirit is roaring. But the West doesn't sleep. At 3:00 p.m. Burkina time, across the ocean in Washington, Biden's team scrambles. They plot sanctions, smear Traoré as a rogue leader in their media, but they don't know Africa's heart. On social media, hashtags like #YouAfrica Debt Free explode, uniting the diaspora in Europe, America, and beyond. I love Africa for her global family rallying as one. Back in Ouagadougou, Traoré's advisors bring news that makes my heart soar. Russia and China offer bridge loans with no strings, and BRICS might back our fund. Traoré smiles, resolute, and says, "This is for the continent. We'll build an African monetary union, our currency, our rules." I can't help but love Africa even more, imagining a future where we control our destiny, where our gold stays ours, where our children grow up free. By 2 p.m, the streets are alive with hope. Miners pledge their gold to a sovereign reserve. Farmers vow to trade within Africa first, and the crowds grow louder, their chants breaking the chains of history. I love Africa for her unity, her fire, her vision. This isn't just a blockade of a debt trap, it's a blueprint,